या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मीरारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। पूज्य माँ भगवती, पूज्य श्री अरविंद, you all are members of our Savitri mission. Mother's experiences, rather the series of experiences undergone by the mother in Pondicherry in her room itself, were so nicely compiled by Satprem in agenda, and thereafter these certain specific books were recompiled by Satprem. This is one of them. Mind of Sales is a very remarkable masterpiece, one of them. After agenda were published, mother might have taken note of it, and Satprem had already proposed certain titles before the mother, that he would like to focus specifically over certain concepts, to recompile certain quotes from agenda itself. So we can have not only gist of agenda, 13 volume, but we can have a very specific hypothetical new blueprint for new reign and new functioning of our body. Our body is the body of the past, but it is an instrument, and as an instrument it is at present, we feel that it might be outdated as compared to the vision proclaimed by the mother throughout the 13 volumes of agenda. But it is the new research in old laboratory. Mother's body is not outdated. Mother's body is not old one. It is not the old age that mother counts. Mother considers herself to be younger than the youth of Pondicherry at that time, because the adventure of consciousness that she wants to commit for the entire humanity is something very latest, something that is pertaining to the new creation, and something that is pertaining to the final and ultimate conclusion of Sri Aurobindo's hypothesis prior to the beginning of intense sadhana in Pondicherry. So, in this complete perspective, if we can try to judge the mind of the cells, then we can also have the right recognition, right evaluation, and right assimilation of certain remarkable signals given by mother during the course of her sadhana entirely, from 1920 to 1973. And accordingly, mother has given the true definition of the consciousness, individual, universal and cosmic, as materialized matter projects consciousness from it, but it requires the reciprocating consciousness receptivity, and that pure and perfect receptivity is only available from human body at the core level of its cellular entity. Mind cannot receive it, nor our vital can receive it perfectly and purely, nor even physical entity in totality can receive it pure and perfectly. It is at the microscopic level of the physicality at present we are holding is our cell. Unless and until we apply our consciousness, apply our psychic consciousness, or apply the consciousness of our being in toto to the cell, to our body cell, we cannot come across the real mind of the cell, real physical mind of the cell. And mother gives a specific nomenclature to it, the physical mind. We take it for granted that physical mind is related to our body, as it apparently appears. But physical mind is not related to our body as we think. The mind that is to be elevated from its core level, and its core level lies in each and every cell of the body. There it is multiplicity in unity. Multiplicity is at the level of the all crores of cells of the body, and unity at the level of our mental consciousness. So they are not contradictory to each other. It is just the seed that gets fructified. It is the seed that gets flowering. It is the seed that gets growing. It is the seed that manifesting itself. So, looking to this scenario, it seems to be very difficult to be digested simply on the ground of our logic. So mother says that it is not the pure psychic that matters there. It is something additional that is still required. We are living with our psychic, but we are not conscious of the cellular movement, not conscious of the cellular growth of consciousness, not aware of the mind that is pure and perfect, lying dormant in the cellular core entity of our being. So it is very subtle and what we call incomprehensible movement going on in our personality, trinity of physicality, vitality and mentality. So it is mentality that is not to be taken for granted to be the cellular entity, and that is not to be taken for granted to be the de facto mind in toto. The mind lies there too in each and every cell of our body. So unless each and every cell cooperates properly in one and one circuit, in one and one pattern, we cannot have the cellular movement in the right direction as mother envisaged. So that is mother's problem. But as and when mother feels some sort of uncertainty, not complications, at that time Sri Aurobindo in his supramental entity comes to her rescue. So the yoga that was conducted so powerfully and in an unique way when Sri Aurobindo was in his physical body and mother also was in physical body, is in the same methodology conducted even after Sri Aurobindo left this body, his body, and Sri Aurobindo as in supramental body is also participating in this yoga of mother. That is the beauty of it. So ascent and descent both are simultaneously going on in order to make all the cells of human body of the mother as all the cells of the cosmos, all the atoms of the cosmic matter. So both the process at cosmic level and at microscopic level going on, but under the shelter, protection and under the what we call patronization, spiritual patronization of Sri Aurobindo's supramental body. So it is the supramental that has descended down on the earth, has got to be awakened simultaneously as the flux of consciousness, flux of super consciousness on the earth, to have this new matter to come to the forefront. Old matter and old habits should not be hurdles, and death is a master old habit that becomes our obstacle. Disease is nothing but the powerful old habit that is constantly invading on the regular pattern of our cellular movement, and that becomes the real cause of disease. So death also is seen in a different perspective, and disease also can be seen in a different perspective, provided we can have the right recognition, appropriate recognition, biological, de novo biological recognition of our cellular entity. Our physical entity is not the only entity, our cellular entity is the real entity. So at micro level, cell exists, at macro level, cosmos exists. And we are one with cosmos. Our cellular entity is already united with cosmic entity, and it works cosmically too. Though it is our cellular entity, but cellular movement is cosmic movement, and cosmic movement, if it is microscopically recognized at our cellular level, it appears to be cellular level to our being, and psychic is made only to witness this movement. What happens here? In our retinal vision of matter, we can look to the matter, external matter, and we take it for granted that this is matter, as we have been understanding and recognizing matter traditionally, which might be called false matter, and we term it to be a false matter. It's false matter. So what is true matter? True matter is the matter of our body. True matter is the matter of our physicality. It is our human matter. But it is false matter. That is what we recognize it. What we describe is so rough. But it is rough. It is our rough understanding. As we cannot understand the common problems and riddles of our life, similarly we don't understand our real entity, the real stuff that has been given to us, what we call in our scriptures Panchmahabhuta, what we call in our scriptures Trinity of our Prakriti, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. And it is false matter as compared to the consciousness working behind it, as compared to the soul providing captainship to the movement of our physicality, vitality and mentality. So lacking in fineness, it is coarse like a poorly carved statue, and we are. Our personality is a poorly carved statue, similar to statue, non-living. Though we are living, we are breathing, but we take it for granted, our false matter, to be so false that it becomes dead. Though living it is, it appears to be a dead matter to us as compared to the consciousness, the true consciousness that is within our body. It's crude, coarse, exaggerated and distorted by the ego's sense of separation. Why it so happens? Why we are over concentrating on our individual entity as false matter? World is going on, cosmos is going on, cosmic movements are going on, exchange of day and night, exchange of day and darkness, exchange of light and darkness, they are going on. Everything is going on regularly, systematically, scientifically. So why something that is going on in our body is non-scientific? Why something that is going in our body is unrealistic? Why something that is going in our body is the play of the false matter? Because up till now we have not come to the core of it. What is the de facto scientific reality of our individual existence? Because up till now our individuality is to be judged by from the point of view of our own I, our own ego. So ego is the root cause which makes us understand our matter to be false matter. Distorted by the ego's sense of separation, and we take it for granted that our entity is separate entity. We are separated from cosmos. Cosmos is a macroscopic existence, and I, myself, is a microscopic existence. So ours is a separate existence. For what that makes our existence a separate one is ego. And if ego is dissolved, then we can feel the real connectivity between our microscopic core existence of cell with the macroscopic existence of the whole cosmos. So Mother pointed out very, very firmly and very powerful confirmation that it is ego that makes our entity a separate entity, and it is this separativity that is the real cause of our all physical, vital and mental troubles in life. Sense of separation. While there is written here, or Mother must have indicated, and Satprem has written in capital letters. There means where? There means where? There in cosmos. Outside our personality, outside our body, outside our physical orbit. I don't know how to explain it. Mother says, I don't know how to explain it. There all is one. Virtually, many a times when cells open and start illuminating and start emitting something, I can see the oneness. I can't see any separativity. So what is separativity? So separativity is egocentric movement which is being imposed upon our entity of cells, and that is false. And that makes us understand that matter is false. And up till now in all past spiritualities, matter as such was considered to be false. Nashvant Deh, our independent and individual matter is false. But virtually it is not false. It is our egoistic point of view, it is our egoistic perspective that makes us understand that our matter is false. But not with a... I don't know how to explain it. There all is one. There is a single thing assuming all sorts of forms. There is a single thing that has assumed all sorts of forms. All sorts of forms is written here in Mother's quote itself. It is only the one and one consciousness. It is only the one and one matter. It is only the one and one existence. It is only the one and one divinity. It is only the one and one power. Rather, in the words of Einstein, we can say it is only the one and one energy that has taken multidimensional forms. Multitude is projected from one and one central source, central core, but not with a center for feeling, another for seeing and another for understanding. We don't feel that one is seeing and one is understanding. One is seeing and one is being seen. So one is object and one is subject is not the case, because there lies also separativity. Object is separated from subject and subject is separated from object. Then subject becomes subject and object becomes object. But when there is no subject and no object, when everything is one, and it is only the one existence, and one existence is the existence of one consciousness. Ekameva dvitiyam. So Mother through cells understood and experienced Ekameva dvitiyam also on the plane of the earth during this mortal human life. So the highest point of divinity has been experienced by the Mother for the first time ever in the history. We did not come across what our ancient Rishis might have experienced and noted down, or what sort of experiences they might have undergone. But this is the very written explanation of that experience, that all experiences presented in our scriptures have been taken into account by Mother in this cellular transformation yoga. So for nobody there is a scope to object to it. For no scripture there lies any possibility to launch any objection against this, provided if we understand science, reality, matter, physics and what not under the sky up till now achieved by the world of science and world of spirituality. And another for understanding, it's not like that, it's a single substance, it is only a single substance, and single substance is the single substance of consciousness. No separativity. It is our ego that has created this separativity. Yomam pasyati sarvatra sarvam cha mai pasyati tasyaham na pranasyami sacha me na pranasyati. If we can see that consciousness in each and everywhere, if we can see the over mental consciousness in each and everything, just being completely detached, just being completely well awakened, even at our human level, where at present we are, we can see the Krishna consciousness well reflected in each and every form, countless forms around us. As Srimad Bhagavad Gita proclaims, if we still go above it, this is the experience on the part of the Mother, is the experience of supramental. Over mental, Mother has already reached along with Sri Aurobindo, and in 1926, and Mother has created the over mental world, over mental cosmos, over mental existence. And Sri Aurobindo stops Mother at that time, that no, we are committed to have the supramental to be descended down on the earth. We are not to be contented with this over mental world. So Mother has seen and passed through all these stages so consequently, so continuously, so perfectly, and Mother is going to recognize each one of them in sequence. So the explanation provided by Mother in her agenda and as compiled, so perfectly compiled by Satprem, gives us the real blueprint of this new spirituality. Now the only thing for the entire world of spirituality hereafter has to follow these scriptures if they want real spirituality to be executed, real spirituality to be lived in this present one human life. It's not like that. It's in substance of extraordinary flexibility. It's a substance of extraordinary flexibility. Flexibility here means plasticity. It is plasticity. It's not inert matter. It's not inert matter. It is plasticity because it is light. It is consciousness solidified. It is consciousness consolidated. But consolidated by what? By external power? No. Consolidated by its own determination. Consolidated by its own aspiration. Consolidated by its own will. Soul itself was its deathless form. Form is there, but it is the stuff of the soul that has become the matter at over mental consciousness. This is what Ashwinbhai had undergone. Ashwinbhai of Sri Aurobindo has undergone. So this is the same experience Mother indicates here. Flexibility which adapts to every movement and to everything that happens. It adapts to every movement and every moment that takes place without separation. But condition is without separation. Unity is to be sustained. Swarat, Samrat and Virat, the status of Virat, consciousness, though pinpointed consciousness, microscopic level of consciousness or macroscopic level of consciousness, but if that consciousness is to be kept up as it is, then unity will be automatically survived. And the unity, if survived this way, you can have the same status of consciousness while living independently, because independent entity is not created or caused by your own ego, because ego doesn't exist in between that. Separation. Afterwards I am left, mother says, afterward I am left for hours in a state where I am in this world. Afterwards I am left in our world of individuality, world of individual identity. That is my world, as we people normally look to the world, that this is object and this is me. World ours, and yet I am not. Still, I don't feel myself to be separate from the world. The same experience as such, but Ramakrishna did not explain it this way. Ramakrishna had it. I can have the same, Ramakrishna has got the same experience, that this is how each and every bird, each and every animal, each and every tree, as if they are one with me. They are one with me. And yet I am not, because I do not feel the way the rest of the world feels. I do not feel the way the rest of the world feels. What common people, common man, common life forms understand and feel, I stop feeling this. I stop feeling this. It is a very strange thing. It's a very strange thing. But it is my concrete experience. But it's exactly the vision of the physical continuum. That is what Satprem comments. It is a physical continuum. Mother is living in her physical body, still living in her physical body, she experiences this. Everything becomes a living consciousness. See, everything becomes, mother dictates, everything becomes a living consciousness. Each thing emanates its own consciousness and exists because of it. For example, a second or a minute before the clock chimes, or before someone enters my room or even stirs, I know it in the consciousness. Somebody is entering. Prior to the entry, I can know that this is coming, because it is the spark of the consciousness that proclaims in advance what is going to take place, what is going to happen, what is going to occur here at this moment. Stroke of the clock, prior to its being so rung, mother listens to it. Prior to it. See, the connectivity. It is because of our disconnectivity that we recognize the occurrence after the occurrence takes place. So this is the continuity without a waste of single moment of our time in between. So there is no time. What occurs in mother's consciousness too simultaneously. That is the non-separativity with the universal consciousness. My individual consciousness is so inseparably connected with the universal cosmic consciousness. That is what my status at present, and mother very categorically presented it before Satprem. Jai Mataji.